Welcome to my first post, my first video in this new page that I created. If you don't know me, I am Tony, also known as Dr. Tony, and I have 5 kids right now. At the time of this recording, I have a teenager, I have one in middle school, one in elementary school, I have a baby who's still nursing, and then I have a toddler who is weaning off nursing now. And I have felt very strongly like I want to create a space where I can share about the intersection of motherhood and mental health for quite a while. I'm also a licensed mental health clinician and mentor and consultant and educator. So I feel very passionate about that. I've always been passionate about human behavior and mental health for as long as I can remember. But over the years, I have struggled to try to create a community where we can talk about motherhood and mental health from the serious to the fun and actually stick with it, because I have an interesting relationship with social media, which I'm sure many of us have our own interesting relationship with social media. And so I've struggled to stay consistent with it in a way that feels of integrity for me, and a way that feels like it supports the lifestyle that is important for me to upkeep for my own sanity and my own health, and for my family and for their health. And so recently I was pulled back into a really strong impulse, inspiration, inclination to create a new space where I share about mental health and motherhood. My 27-month-old was recently diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and it was completely unexpected. And it has definitely rocked our world. And it provided an answer to me for a prayer that I have been having on my heart since returning from my 5th and final maternity leave about 4 months ago at this point, about where I'm really needing to focus my energy and my efforts right now. I was going to focus this year. The plan was, I had my last child last year and completed my last maternity at the end of the year. And so the plan was for me to focus on growing my businesses as an entrepreneur now that I'm done having babies. And this diagnosis has shifted things a bit unexpectedly, but has shifted things. And the prayer that has been on my heart is, how and where do I focus right now? Like, how and where am I putting my energy for growing? And it's very clear to me that while I'm going to continue to have my businesses in a way that supports my lifestyle, a healthy, balanced lifestyle for myself and for my family, and also for the clients that I work with, because I want to be able to fully show up for them. It's clear to me that I am really being called to have a heavy focus on motherhood. And that makes total sense to me. I've always known I wanted to be a mom. I've always known I wanted to have 5 kids. But as far as the business side of things, my professional hat, ever since becoming an entrepreneur, I have really struggled with how to integrate that in a public way, in a way that feels good to me. So I felt called to create this space. I do not know what's going to come of this space. Still dreaming about it, still envisioning it, still receiving guidance about how to really go about doing this. And to be honest with you, I have held myself back from posting anything since creating this page for weeks now, because a variety of different internal thoughts have held me back from doing that. But I don't want to be held back from doing this anymore. There are so many moms out there that are navigating motherhood and mental health and all of the many aspects that come with being a mom in this modern world, wanting to be able to feel healthy mentally and relationally. There's so much, right? There's so much that can be coming at us. There's so much for us to navigate. And We deserve a space to do that in a way that feels good, in a way that feels of integrity, in a way that honors the many facets of who we are. I am someone who loves my work. I love being a therapist. I'm so passionate about mental health and helping folks to really deepen their mental health in a way that matters, in a way that feels meaningful. I'm also so incredibly passionate about motherhood. I love being a mom, and I would not change that for anything ever. Both of those things are so incredibly ingrained into the very fabric of who I am and what matters to me that it makes sense that I am being called to share about that more, to speak about that more, to create a space for that more. So here I am, following that calling wherever it may take me, going to hold myself accountable to show up in this space in a way that feels authentic to me and in a way that serves others with integrity. So if you're here and you're joining, I'm really glad that you're here. I welcome your questions. I welcome your commentary. I welcome your deferring opinions. Whatever the case may be, I welcome that here, as long as we can treat each other with respect and care and do our best to try to exude love even when it's really, really difficult. Those are the parameters that I would set for this space, and parameters that I myself will be honoring as well. I am definitely someone who has lived my life feeling like I don't fit neatly into the common categories, the common social boxes that are often prescribed in our American society. And so I'm going to bring that to this space. And I think probably many of you can resonate with not really feeling like you fit in some way, in some capacity, although I think it's a very different experience for each of us. You know, I'm a mixed woman. I'm in an interfaith marriage. I'm the daughter of pastors. I've been a single mom, been a blended family, been all of these different things that go on and on. And, you know, I wear a lot of hats, and I identify with a variety of different roles and identities within me, and that does affect who I am and how I show up as a mom and as a wife, as a woman of faith. And I want to have a space where I can honor all of those parts of me, and I want other moms to have a space where they can honor all of those different parts of themselves too. So I'm going to do my best to have us be able to do that here. I hope that you come along for the ride. I hope that you enjoy it. And I hope that you gain something really meaningful just from being in this space, whether it's information or inspiration or a new connection or a new way of thinking, a challenge that helps you grow in a way that matters to you. Whatever the case may be, that is my intention for this space, for you and for me. So thanks for being here. Let's see where this goes.